Special Agent McFadden, alcohol, tobacco, and firearms, and this is...
Special Agent Borland, FBI.
Well, I'm afraid that Inspector Thatcher is out of town. I'm Constable Fraser, Deputy Liaison Officer. And this is Constable Turnbull, our temporary assistant, interim associate Deputy Liaison Officer.
Oh, sorry, I didn't notice you.
Yeah. And this is Diefenbaker.
Your office.
Yes, please.
Would you like me to hold your calls?
Yes, I'd appreciate that.
And what reason should I give?
I'm sorry?
The Americans. Should I say you're in a meeting?
Yes, that would be good.
So it's not a secret meeting?
I'm sorry?
High level, interagency, off the record.
Not that I'm aware of, no.
Ah, good. Of course, if it was, you shouldn't even tell me. So perhaps it is secret and you just can't say. If that's the case, I understand.
It's not the case.
Ah, I understand. Canadian Consulate, Liaison Office. I'm sorry, but I can't tell you that. He may have ordered lunch from your establishment, or he may not have. Who's in there? Where?
He was my father's best friend on the force. They went to the academy together. I've known him all my life.
You had any contact with him since his incarceration?
No.
I imagine not. I mean, a man killed your father. You're not just going to pick up the phone and kick around old times.
How can I be of assistance to you?
You seem very cool about this.
Gerard is serving a life sentence. Whatever my feelings, they ended with his imprisonment.
2 months ago, Gerard reached out to one of your Crown attorneys. Let it be known that he'd be willing to talk about his involvement in other criminal activities in exchange for making his life easier.
Apparently, he had an arrangement with an American arms dealer named Lloyd Nash. It's a name that interested us.
Last week, Gerard was in transit to testify here in front of a grand jury. 2 U.S. Marshals picked him up in Toronto and flew him to O'Hare, where he disappeared.
He had help.
And we've been looking for him for 7 days. We can't even find his shadow. As you said, you've known him all your life. We figured you might be able to help.
Well, I would still have to clear it through the consulate.
Grand jury convenes on Wednesday. We have 1 day to find Gerard, or Nash will never see the inside of a prison gate. That's our problem.
Your problem is the man who killed your father is out there, enjoying life. Clear it all you want.
Anything you could think of. Contacts you might have here, family members or friends we don't know about. We'd appreciate it.
You're going to trial a week from Wednesday on the Turner Brothers case. I've turned it over to Assistant State's Attorney Hilliard.
Stress-related vacation, Louise?
I've assured Hilliard that you will have a complete and thorough recollection of the details of the case so as not to embarrass him on the stand, because if you embarrass him, you embarrass me. And you don't want to embarrass me. Read it.
Busy?
Nope. Nash, Lloyd. How do you get any respect as a criminal with a name like Lloyd?
Is that a serious question?
No, Fraser. Is this the guy Gerard's supposed to testify against?
Apparently.
Here it is. Lloyd P. Nash. You want to know what the P stands for?
Is it pertinent?
Not even close. Well, I can see why the state's attorney wants him so bad. Indictment 7, conviction 0. Yeah, it seems all key witnesses have a funny way of disappearing just before each trial.
Where can we find him?
Come on. Frazier, if you're going to keep doing that, people aren't going to be able to find anything around here.
I'm sorry.
All right, so here's the plan. Good cop, bad cop.
And I play?
Take a guess. So we go in, you tip your hat and curtsy. I threaten to burn down the warehouse if he doesn't turn over Gerard, none of which will do any good.
Well, why's that, Ray?
Look, use your head, Frazier. If Gerard is supposed to testify against Nash, you think he's going to turn him over to us?
Never hurt to ask.
And that's not true. Sometimes it hurts very much. People tend to shoot bullets at other people for asking questions like this.
Make sure they're all there.
You say this guy Gerard is supposed to be giving testimony against me?
Hey, don't play like you don't know, all right? The question is, how much heat do you want to bring upon yourself? Because it just so happens I have a pack of matches in my breast pocket.
Yeah, I noticed the bulge.
You want to play? All right, let's play. What's in the crate?
Christmas decorations.
You got a permit for him?
In fact, I do. Why don't you go pick up a warrant and I'll show it to you. Now I suggest you and your friends step off my premises. It's not a safe place to be standing. A bulb might burst.
Look, let me tell you what's not safe, all right?
We appreciate your time.
No, he appreciates your time. I don't appreciate anything.
Ray, I think Mr. Nash understands our position, and if it's in his interest to cooperate, he will do so. Why don't you give him your business card?
No need. I have your number.
And we got yours, Lloyd. Why don't you ask him what the P stands for? What did I tell you?
When, Ray?
Wasting time and audio tape.
You recorded that conversation?
Yeah, it's a new policy. Anytime I go anywhere with you, I record everything. Mainly because if I have to go to court, no juror will ever believe the damn things that come out of your mouth. Why isn't this thing turning?
Did you depress the red button?
Yes, I depressed the red button.
And did you press play at the same time?
Of course I pressed play at the same time.
Here, let me have a look.
I know how to operate a tape recorder.
Well, I wasn't saying that you don't.
Then why did you ask me if I depressed the red button?
Well, I only meant that sometimes it's the obvious things that we overlook, Ray. I mean, by way of example, it was obvious that Nash was operating openly. In fact, he appeared to be flaunting it.
Look, buying guns isn't illegal. Smuggling them out of the country will get you arrested.
Still, it's not the way you would expect a person to behave if they were under threat of indictment. One could almost conclude that he was trying to tell us something.
Look, if he was trying to say something, I would have heard it, okay? What?
Are you still recording?
You're a very funny man. What do you want?
I made a call for you. The package you're looking for is at the Waverly Hotel, room 311. Told you I had your number.
You just told us where to find Gerard.
Something isn't right here, Ray.
There's nothing right about this, Frazier. Nothing at all. To testify against you, would you tell the cops where he was?
We've been through this, Ray.
I don't like this, Frazier. We're going to knock on that door and the shotgun blast is going to remove a portion of my body I'm not ready to part with.
Benny. Take this. No, I can't, Ray.
Look, 2 will get you 7 that Gerard's not even in there. But if we find him, and he should put up a fight or try to escape,
then we'll pursue him.
Yeah, but maybe I can't keep up. Maybe my ankle's gonna give way.
Are you saying you need to see a doctor?
This man killed your father. If he should shoot at you or come toward you in a threatening manner,
then I'll disarm him.
Okay. Say you needed to defend yourself, to discharge a weapon, and accidentally kill Gerard. I'm just saying that I would let people know that it was self-defense. You don't have to worry that I would let him know it was anything but self-defense.
I understand, Ray. And I appreciate that. But I simply want to see Gerard return to prison. That's all.
Okay. Let's go say hello. I knew it was too good to be true. I'll come in from the street.
have thought you'd be the one they send to kill me. A little tighter. I can still feel my fingers.
This is Constable Fraser for Detective Vecchio, please, the surgeon. Well, when he does come in, could you please tell him that I'm at the consulate? Yes, thank you kindly. Who was shooting at you today?
You brought them with you, you tell me.
Nash.
Nash? You really don't know what's going on, do you?
Who wants you dead?
Who sent you looking for me?
They shot at me. They shot at my friend. I want to know what it is we walked into.
What's wrong, Constable? People not behaving the way you want them to anymore? The good guys don't wear their white hats, and the bad guys don't like black.
You're going back to prison, Gerard.
I don't think so, Ben. The moment you turn me over, I'm dead. You already guessed that much. You just don't know what it means.
I don't give a damn.
See, I forgot for a moment who I was dealing with. You're Bob Fraser's son. I can't tell you the number of times he almost died trying to bring some lowlife to justice. He'd give him his food. He'd carry them on his back. Men who had done unspeakable things, men he detested, men who had tried to kill him. But he never brought one back dead. Because the moment they were his responsibility, he'd sacrifice himself before letting them die. That's what finally got him killed, you know. He was trying to bring me in, and he walked into a trap. You're cut from the same bolt. I don't have to tell you anything more than you already know. And you'll go out there and lay down your life trying to protect me.
Shoot him, son. Shoot him between his rat-like little eyes. Now, don't walk away from me. This is your father talking. The bastard is sitting in there bragging about how he had me killed. And all I'm asking is that you do one small thing for me. Shoot him in the stomach and let him bleed to death. Think of it as a son's gift to his father. You did forget my birthday.
You were dead.
Well, still, one can have feelings. Not even a card.
I am not going to shoot him.
Oh, now you're being silly. Here, use mine. They won't be able to trace it.
Dad, we've been through this. That is an imaginary gun. It fires imaginary bullets.
Well, it wouldn't hurt to try, son. Go on, pump a few into his torso, and if it doesn't kill him, maybe he'll have a heart attack.
All right, you want me to try? Satisfied?
Aye. Point taken. Grab the lamp, he'll crack his skull, make it look like a freak lighting accident.
A freak lighting accident?
Oh, sure. Happens all the time. Lightning strikes the wire, sends a jolt through the line, lamp hops up, hits him in the skull, splits it in two, and you never had a chance to prevent it. Happens so fast.
Dad, I know what he did. And believe me, it takes every bit of restraint I have not to walk back in that room and separate his head from his shoulders.
Oh, you should always go on an impulse, son.
But I cannot do that, and neither could you.
Well, if I could pick up a lamp, I would sure as hell try.
No, you wouldn't.
I would.
Dad, you are only saying that because you're dead and you know you can't.
Well, exactly, which is why I'm asking you to do it. If you really love me, son, you'd strangle him for me.
No. If I really loved you, I would have... Forget it.
Where's he?
He's in my office.
Is he alive?
Yes, Ray.
He'd shoot him for you if you asked.
You okay?
Well, he would.
I'll be right back. Diefenbaker.
Hey. Hey. Yank.
Watch him. If he tries to escape, tear out his throat.
Anything I can help you with, Constable?
As a matter of fact, there is. There's someone in my office. I can't tell you who.
Ah, I understand.
Now, don't let anyone go in or out of that door.
Including myself.
Especially not yourself.
Not in or out.
That is correct.
But I'm already out, sir.
Yes.
So if I find myself inside, I should just stay there.
Whoa. We're not taking him?
No.
Frazier, you want to explain this to me?
Sons, did I ever teach you how to make a proper noose?
Thanks. 3 years ago, the ATF got a tip that Nash was taking a truckload of automatic weapons into Canada, some small border crossing in Minnesota. Somehow the FBI got wind of it too and insisted on being in on the bust. They stake out the crossing, Nash shows up, they arrest him and a couple of sidekicks and seize the truck. They suspected that someone had paid off the Canadian customs officials, but all the feds could do was to report those suspicions to the RCMP.
And they called Gerard.
It was his jurisdiction.
Yeah, nice arrangement. He bribes the border guards and the feds ask him to investigate his own crime.
Here's where it gets strange. Nash and his men were released the next day and no charges were ever brought.
They had him cold with a truckload of weapons.
That's all she could tell me.
Agents Borland and McFadden. Now might be a good time to tell them you found their prisoner, but you're not willing to give him up yet.
I'd rather avoid that.
Good idea. So where are we going?
Back to see Nash.
This is crazy. This Gerard guy's spinning you in circles. You know, Khan will tell you anything to stay out of the joint.
Someone tried to kill him, Ray.
Yeah, Nash.
Well, if Nash wanted him dead, why would he have sent us there?
Well, maybe he wanted to kill us too.
What possible motive could he have for that?
You know, sometimes you're the most annoying man that I know. There's plenty of times that I want to kill you, and I'm your best friend.
Now, Ray, that's just not true.
Look, I don't know what this Gerard guy is up to, but he's playing you like a jukebox and he's pushing all the right buttons.
Vecchio!
Oh, God, pretend you didn't hear that. Go. Hey, Benny, do me a favor. Pin this to your chest.
It says I am mentally deficient.
Yeah, I just want Nash to know so he doesn't shoot us both dead.
That's not going to happen, Ray. All I'm going to ask him to do is tell the truth.
Just pin it to your chest.
No.
Pin it to your chest.
Why? Because I think you know it's in your best interests.
Let me tell you a story.
I had a friend, a man who, unlike myself, dealt in the illegal weapons trade.
I wonder who this could be.
Well, my friend had a very sweet setup with some Canadian who would help him bring goods across the border. This went on for a few years. All involved took a small cut and were content with that. Till one night when things went bad. Now, it wasn't until later that he suspected his Canadian friend had set him up in order to make a larger profit.
All good reasons for your friend to want to kill said Canuck, especially if that snowback was going to testify against him.
Well, it may be true that my friend would like to see this Canadian below some freshly turned soil, but not until after he gives testimony to the grand jury.
Frazier,